It's hump day. You know what that means. Moto news from around the world in 10 minutes or less. We are moving back to the East Coast with the Arlington Supercross round, and most notably, you've got Hayden Deegan in 16th place. What's interesting is this guy is cleared to win the championship. Everyone thinks that he is going to not just abuse the field, but completely dominate the field, yet he has never won a Supercross race before. Yes, he is the reigning Super Motocross champion. However, there is a rider in his way, Austin Forkner, that seems to be back to life, and he is the winningest 250 rider of the entire field as of right now. It'll be interesting to see these two go head to head. I'm almost on the fence because I've heard lots of rumors that Deegan's plan was to just decimate the 250 in 2024, move up to 450s in 2025, and that is right along the lines of me still thinking that he may go to Ducati in 2026. We will see. I believe that program, because of the potential wrist injury and what he has moving forward, is he's got to do one step at a time. So the ultimate goal is probably 2026 for him to mark out of the 250s and at least defend a championship in 2025 if he is able to win. Fifth Gear WFO, we are heading outdoors where Contingency is at an all-time high of $10 million for OEM Contingency. You've got 8 manufacturers with the addition of Triumph and Beta. However, I do want to point out that just because they have $10 million earmarked for Contingency doesn't mean that it's actually going to be spent, because if you have somebody like Triumph that hypothetically is offering $1 million to win the Hangtown National, well, if somebody on a Triumph does not win that national, they don't have to pay out. Part of how Contingency works. The numbers in that way are a little inflated to the best of my knowledge. However, still really freaking cool that we have this many manufacturers and there's quite a bit of money up for grabs. You know my opinion with the privateers, with the combines and the Supercross future races that are somewhat invite only at the moment, and they're all factory riders, that I believe that the privateers are somewhat dying. That's why I see in a few years a implementation of a stock class that keeps the privateers alive, that keeps the OEMs selling dirt bikes on the showroom floor for Joe Schmoes like myself to have big dreams to go sign up with a stock bike and race against some of the other best riders in the world and potentially get that lucrative factory contract. Moving on to GNCC, you've got Jonathan winning the Open Pro class for the first round of the GNCC, and for the X2 class you've got Angus Reardon. And what's pretty interesting is these guys for the US Sprint Enduro, they're on round 2. Both of those guys are up front. You've got Johnny with number 1, and it's interesting that on the other marks, his name was Jonathan. Jonathan, love your name. Best of luck to you. Small segue to today's video sponsor, CoachRobStore.com. There's some educational bundles available. We are entering springtime, so you have a little bit extra winter weight that you want to get rid of. I suggest the nutrition for weight loss. And if you're getting ready for an upcoming race or season, well, you might need some fueling performance instructions to make sure that you're not just putting this processed food and just these bad carbs for you as energy. Make sure you check this one out at CoachRobStore.com. Then you've got Angus, who's also winning the Pro 2 championship as well. Arena Cross moving to Daytona coming next weekend. February 29th, they'll be at Daytona Beach, and they've got a doubleheader planned for 2 weekends in a row. However, you've got Kyle Peters that is hanging on by a thread with Ryan Brees, who's actually on a 450. So you got the 250 factory kid versus the 450 privateer. And Kyle is out for blood. He is trying to become the GOAT of Arena Cross, to beat Buddy Antunez with, I believe, 5 Arena Cross championships. Don't quote me. I love an underdog story just as much as the next guy. So therefore, if I have to be biased, I am rooting for Mr. Breeze to come out and dethrone Kyle. Kyle can come back next year, win a championship, but let's give it up for Ryan. If I'm moving to the end For MotoGP, yet again, they are still testing at Qatar this time, and Bagnaia just set the fastest lap time in history, and he also quotes saying that Ducati is better than ever. Oh, very, very interesting, because we all know they are moving to the United States here in 2026. If I was a manufacturer, at least a Japanese manufacturer, even an Austrian manufacturer, I would be nervous about what Ducati is bringing to the table in the form of off-road motorcycles. Till next time, hit that subscribe button, that notification icon. I am so close to getting to 50,000 subscribers, and I can't do it without you guys. As always, keep it WFO. Ba-ra-da-da-da.